Hey guys, it's Jonathan. We're in earnings season, and what's really important when you trade earnings, and it's a huge mistake that option traders make, is whenever the earnings are, you have to make sure that you're in the correct expiry. So right now we're in August expiration, but options expire on the third Friday of every single month. So if your earnings come out after that third Friday and they're in August, you cannot be in August options. You need to be in September options. So that's what we're going to go over today. There are earnings. There's a ton of earnings still coming out in the August expiry, but the best trades right now are going to be buying some more time going out to that September expiration. I'm going to show you how that works right now. Okay, earnings hit August 26th to the 27th in these two examples. August options die August 21st. Your options must outlive the event. So for these examples, we want to be in September. What's important? Match the expiry to the earnings date. Always, when we're buying options, your risk equals the debit, the amount we traded, and then spread your winners out. When you hold trades, you can always roll things into a vertical spread to take some risk off the table, but to keep that upside still intact. So how we trade earnings, guys, 4 moves every time. What I'm always looking for is we want to screen for evidence. We want to look how much these names have moved in the past. Buy the move, not the direction. In the past, I've tried to guess or speculate whether a stock is going to go straight up or whether a stock is going to go straight down. You want to buy the move, guys. You don't want to buy the direction. We're always going to have to find risk at entry. We're not selling straddles going into earnings with unlimited risk. That's the way that you get your butt kicked. We don't want to do that. And then once they start winning, spread your winners around, roll into vertical spreads, reduce risk while still keeping your upside optionality in play. Match the expiry to the earnings date. So a bunch of names: August 18th, August 19th, August 21st, August monthlies expire. Some other names: ANF, KSS, MDB, PLAB, Snow. All need to be in September. August 27th earnings: AMBA, ESTC, Wolf. September 18th expiry, 3+ weeks of runway. So look at these names. 5, 8 names. These are all possible earnings candidates for trades, but they need to be in September. Stay away from the weeklies. We're not touching the weeklies. We are touching the quarterlies. Important, make sure you're in the right time. If you're going to trade HSAI, KLAR, or BILL, you want to be in the August expiration because the event is in August. If you're going to trade ANF, KSS, MDB, PLAB, Snow, AMBA, ESTC, Wolf, September expiry because the event's in September. Here's a whole bunch of names reporting in late August to trade September options. I listed them all here. August 8th before the open. All of these, as I list them, are all September expiration. You do not want to do August expiration in any of these names. Out of all of these, there are 2 that are really mispriced. I'm going to go over each of those for you. One is going to be KSS. The other one is going to be PLAB. What the market charges versus what the stock delivers. KSS, the implied move. That's the September straddle. That's what the market is charging, 20.5%. Historically, KSS moves 28% after its last 4 earnings releases. PLAB, a little bit closer, right? 26.2, 28.6. Not nearly the amount of edge that KSS has. MDB, 1.3%. Not much of an advantage. Snow, about the same thing. Bill, about the same thing. But let me explain something which is super important. Bill, 21% implied market right now. Historically moved 21%. Remember, Bill, we have like 40 days in that September expiration left. 21% is just for that one day. So here we go. Best trade, KSS. The market's charging 20.5. These are the four moves: 29%, 42%, 15%, 25%. KSS is inexpensive. PLAB, another one. The market's charging 26%. Average print from last four: 10, 48, 20, 36. Averages to 28.6. But remember, that's just one day. That's just earnings day. The other 30 plus days, what are they charging for those? Nothing? That doesn't make sense at all. Here's a live case study. Here's a name that we took off a trade yesterday. RSI. RSI is a name that we own calls and we own puts. Here's the exact trade. It's an open trade right now, but that's okay because we have the 30 puts. Those we closed those yesterday. We closed the puts when RSI came down to its expected move. A no-brainer to close the puts. But what didn't we do? We closed the puts. We kept open the calls. The calls, it's free optionality. We're up 38% on the trade with these practically valued at zero. But look what happened. RSI today is up 2%, bouncing off its expected move. RSI has the potential to run higher. If it does, our calls are going to capture more value, and therefore the whole trade is going to capture value. But the worst case scenario is we make 35% on this overall trade. We don't use stops. Whenever you're buying options, you don't use stops. Option markets are too thin. The debit is the risk. We also want a spread. Post-earnings books are thin. If you're long a straddle, you could easily roll it into a vertical spread. So here's a project for you guys. Pick a company that's reporting earnings in late August. Don't do KSS or PLAB because we already did that. Confirm the earnings date. Make sure you're in the right expiration. Then go back on your charting platform and look at the behavior on its last four earnings moves. Was the absolute move bigger than what the options are pricing? Compare that to the implied volatility right now. This is a really reliable approach to earnings, and it's one that we use every single earnings season. If you want to learn more, guys, investorplace.com/challenge 2026. What I'm going to do now for our Earnings Advantage program is I'm going to go over those exact prices in KSS, and PLAB. Okay, here we go.